Westloar here, and we're playing FTB Infinity. First of all, I'd like to welcome you all back from the Christmas period. I hope you've had a lovely one, ate lots of turkey or your regional equivalents. I certainly had a very wonderful time. And to start off today, I've got a little bit of confession to make. This is probably going to be a recurring theme, but you may have noticed I've done a little bit of building off camera. This is going to be my workshop. This is where all my machinery and things is going to be. I've got a very nifty piston door here. I really like the redstone option underneath here. If you guys want a tutorial for how to make this kind of door, it's really quite simple. Let me know. You may have noticed as well, I've used some carpenter's pressure plates here, which are awesome. Okay, so here we are. I wanted to go for kind of like a heavy machinery type feel to it. The plan is to have some machines across this top row here and some machines across here. Perhaps we'll have some inputs up here, some outputs down here. I've not entirely planned it all out yet. You may have noticed as well, I've moved a lot of my stuff over. So we've got our blast furnace over here, our smeltery, and our coke oven as well. And I've actually started using it to make coke now, although we're running into storage problems with creosote. We're producing far more creosote than we can realistically store, especially with these things. Now 32 buckets is a fair amount, but this thing chugs out on the creosote, so we're going to have to find a better way to store that soon as well. But more than anything, I don't have power, and something you may have noticed previously, our steam power was not doing very good at all. So I've got to come up with a better solution, and I figure, at least for an interim solution, it would be worth looking at immersive engineering. I've kind of already decided what I want to use. So if we pull up our engineer's manual, and I'll very quickly show you how to make that. It's really simple. I believe, if you spell it correctly, it's just a book and a lever. There we are. And the music stopped there, kind of abruptly, very weird. Yes, there we are, engineer's manual, lever and a book. So let's bring this up now. Okay. Powers, wires and generators. Power generation. We are going to be making ourselves some water wheels. Now at top these will produce 30 RF per tick. So what we're actually going to be doing is you can like chain 3 of these together. So what we're actually going to be doing is making 3 sets of 3. Each bank will produce 90 RF per tick, meaning that we can put out together about, I don't know, 2700 RF per tick, which is not too bad to start with. So we're going to need a lot of treated wood, and unfortunately I've made a lot of it. So let's bring up immersive engineering. There we are. Now first of all, we are going to need lots of these and lots of these. Let me see, is the recipe here? Yes it is, there we are. Right, to make our water wheel, we're going to need some iron shafts. Ooh, now this is something that I didn't anticipate. I looked at the recipe in the book, but not in NEI. They have changed the recipe. So for each one of these, I'm going to need a block of iron extruded into a iron shaft from industrial craft. Well, fortunately, I've got the iron for it, I believe. 60 iron there. So we need 9 blocks, so perhaps we can't do them all right away. Okay, in fact we can't do them all right away, but we can have a good go at it. Okay, so what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm just going to run and craft those shafts in my metal former. In fact, I'm going to need some more coal for that, aren't I? Where have I hidden my coal? There it is. Oh, you may have noticed as well, if it goes without saying, I've expanded my drawers quite considerably and started organising things. Like you got ingots here, gems here, dusts, food products and things, wood over here, all my Britannia stuff's over here. A lot of this stuff will be moved when I create different areas, like a Britannia area, Farmcraft area and things like that, but for now this will do. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to create all of that for you, and then we're going to make ourselves some water wheels. And welcome back everyone. I do apologise for that, but I've now got my iron shafts made, or at least 6 of them. And it actually took a long while for my steam engine to warm up, another reason why we're moving away from steam power. But what that meant is I actually had the time to go and do some mining, so I got myself quite a few more iron ingots as well. Right, that setback aside, let's get on with it. So our water wheel is going to need 8 water wheel segments each, plus an iron shaft. How do we make these water wheel segments? Well, we need 4 treated sticks and 3 treated wood planks. Okay, well, to start with, we'll make half a stack's worth of sticks. And if we're making 6 of these, 16, 24, 32, 40, what we need, 48 water wheel segments for 6, perhaps? So that's 16 of them. We're going to need more treated wood, aren't we? But that is not at all a problem. Let's go grab our creosote tank from all the way over here. I've got plenty of wood, so that shouldn't be hard to do at all. And this will also ostensibly help us with our creosote storage problem, at least for the interim. Purely because we're just going to be using so much of it. Okay, let's throw you up there. Our bucket ready as well. Throw you down here. Here we are. We'll grab a stack of wood. Make a chest pattern and throw in our bucket. Get the bucket back. Again, I think I mentioned it once already, but this is why you should use buckets of creosote rather than bottles, because your bottles disappear when you use this crafting method, as opposed to using a bucket. So make sure, for your own sake, and glass and sand and such, that you do use buckets rather than using bottles. Now this is of course very manual. There's be a better method for doing this later on. Ooh, I have a load of iron in there. I did wonder where it went. Ah, that's when I was making these lamps. Oh wow, I didn't need to go mining after all. Oh well, no worries, no harm done. Right, so let's make some more of these. We've got 30. We are going to need, what, 18 more perhaps? Now, I could, yes, craft another bucket and perhaps make this a little faster, but buckets are expensive. We still need to make them with iron plates, so I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. Okay, there we are. Perhaps grab another stack. Okay, well, I'll grab a stack of oak while I'm at it then. There we are, that's that. And some more of you. Put it in the middle. Okay, now this should hopefully be kind of enough. We'll find out, I suppose. Need to make 18 more. How many more am I going to get now? 6. Wonderful. Well, this will do for now, and I will continue getting more as time goes on. That'll get us 4 for now, which is enough to be getting started with. Okay, so I've already kind of made an area where I want to craft these over here, because as usual I don't just kind of want to plonk them down and just be functional. I want it to look kind of good as well. So off camera as well, I built this kind of raised up area and filled it with water, and the plan is to have the water flow down here once I remove this kind of dam type thing and straight into this lake. I think it'll make quite a nice water feature as well. So let's start with perhaps this one in the middle. Okay. Now I'm thinking I can't just place this down straight here. It's going to need some kind of room. That's not going to work. Wow. That thing is a little bigger than I expected. However, we've still got plenty of room. Although we're probably going to have to take out this block here. Yeah, we're going to have to take out these. Otherwise this thing's not going to turn. Okay, let's take this one out as well. I actually haven't used these at all. I haven't tested them out. I've read up a lot about them. So this is going to be a bit of a surprise for the both of us as to how and when these work. Put one here and one here. Awesome. Okay. We now kind of get these working. Although, yeah, I've laid that out wrong, haven't I? That's going to need an axe. Here we are. There we are. I actually want to start this one block inset, perhaps. Might be one here, one here, one here, and one block. Yeah, good. So I'm just planning for the use of kinetic dynamos as well, which is how we get the power from these windmills. Right. So that's those in place. Now we kind of need to get water to them. And this is where a handy bucket comes in. But you need to place water in particular places around about the water wheel. So that's kind of the reason why I've got this bridge up here. As far as I understand, we're going to need to place water across the top corner here, the middle here, and this bottom corner here, and have it flow underneath. So it has a rotation anti-clockwise. I think you can do clockwise as well. I don't think there's any particular preference as in terms of production and things like that. However, the way ours are set up, it's going to look much better if it is flowing anti-clockwise. So let's see if we can reach. No, we can't quite reach that. Okay, let's come out here a little bit. Here we are. We should be able to reach all three from here, I imagine. Let's try that. Okay, well, it's already turning. That is a good sign. Let's see if we can't do the other two. Oh, it's actually starting to turn the others as well. So if I place that there, that should turn a little bit faster. And let's just fall down on purpose, of course. Totally not by accident. Okay. What? I'm not very good when it comes to manoeuvring in water, you may have noticed. Okay, down here. I am very conscious it's starting to become evening, which is not good. Those things are really starting to pick up some speed now. Let's place one there as well. Wonderful. Now, I don't know whether that's actually placed some down below as well, if it needs a source block, or if water just flowing past counts. So I'm not taking the chance with that. I'm going to see if I can't place a water source block there. Well, it doesn't seem to have done much. I don't think it needs them. I think this actually might be enough, although I'd like some water flowing across the top. But before we do that, I suppose it's probably a good idea to sleep through the night. So I'm just going to go very quickly, run and sleep through the night. And then we will finish this off. And the next job, of course, is then going to be, once I've hooked it up, once I've got some kinetic dynamos hooked up, I'm then going to need to move the power over to my workshop. And I've got a really nifty idea, again from Immersive Engineering. I love this mod. It is really, really quite fun to play with. Both in terms of mechanics and also aesthetically as well. I think you'll really like what the plan is for this. So what I want to make sure though is that this water block is going to flow in the same direction. So I do this here. Good. Well, they're not slowing down, so that's a bonus. Now I can fix the rest of the water flow and actually make it look good off camera, because that will take a long time. And it will take a lot of kind of engineering, if you like, to make sure blocks are flowing in the right direction, all that sort of thing. Good. I think this will just about do it. I mean, the proof will be in the pudding. We'll see how much power we're generating shortly. But now this looks good. There's no water flowing backwards in the wrong direction. It's actually started to make quite a nice flow river off there anyway, which is going to be very helpful in terms of prettying it up. I don't know if these are top speed or not. I suppose there's really only one way to find out. So, to get power out of these, as I mentioned, we're going to need a kinetic dynamo. So let's head back inside, look up the recipe, hope that's not obscenely hard, and get those crafted. So, our kinetic dynamos, here we are. Right, to make these, we are going to need some steel, we're going to need some redstone, some electrum wire coils, which is MV wire coil, and an iron ingot. 2 of these require a treated stick and 4 electrum, and I need 8 of those total, so I need 4 sticks and 16 electrum for each MV wire coil. And these require electrum, so 18 electrum, lead. Wow, this is really quite involved. How much treated wood do I have? None. Okay, we're going to have to make a couple bits more of treated wood as well, I think. That would be a sensible thing to do. 2 should suffice though for this, I imagine. Right, let's grab ourselves some electrum. Let's grab ourselves some redstone, some lead. I think that was it. Ah, steel as well. We also have some steel. Good. Okay, so first things first, let's make the most difficult part. Let's see, that's one. Oh, one too many there. Ah well. I'm going to be using those anyway, very surely. Let's make this here. Iron ingot? Yes, 3 electrum wire coils. Good. Then let's make the second most difficult part, which is this MV capacitor. Again, I'm going to need 3 of these. So, 3. I should be able to shift click this in now. Wonderful. There's 3 of those. And again, let's shift click in. Wonderful. 3 kinetic dynamos. Good. Now I'm going to need a manner of transporting this power. Again, this is where my electrum comes in. This is where our sticks come in as well. I've already made some of these spools, but let's make some more because I know I'm going to need them. Should do for now. I'm running low on electrum. And let's see, I also am going to need myself a wooden post. That's a wooden post extension. That's not what I want. Ah, wooden post, wonderful. This requires stone and treated fence. Okay. Let's see, where is my stone? I know I got some stone here. Here's some stone, good. Let's see. That should be enough. I mean, that's probably maybe too much already, but well, I'm not going to be able to make that many anyway at the moment. Okay, let's make 2 of those. That might be enough to get us to where we want to go. In fact, I almost know that it's not, but that's okay. So let's see if we can't hook up our kinetic dynamo. Now I think, especially as this is a block not currently occupied, I'm going to want mine here, perhaps? Okay. Now this doesn't have any GUI of any kind, as you notice. I can't right click there. So I'm going to need to get power out in one way or another. And I believe I can just take power out the side. Let's just check, see if there is anything on the top side. Yes, there is. That was like a PowerPoint. And I've forgotten something important, haven't I? I need some connectors. This was not smart. Okay guys, welcome back. I took the liberty of crafting a few things as well as the MV connectors while off camera, as you've seen me craft them all before. I made myself some more MV capacitors and also some more wooden posts as well. This is going to help us realise our power connective dreams. Right, so first things first, I'm going to run into a hurdle here, so I need to get rid of these dirt blocks. I know this for a fact. Let's come down here, connect this up. Okay, we're going to need to come back up. I probably should put some ladders here. That would be a very helpful way of doing this. Okay, now this is probably going to be a temporary position, but this is kind of for proof of concept. Now these are the wooden posts. These are actually very, very cool indeed. And they do require me to have an engineer's hammer, which I do not have, which was silly. What you can do is use them much like power lines you would see, well, in the real world, which is really, really cool. But it does definitely have a steampunky feel to it, which I really like. Let's grab our engineer's hammer. Kids, this is why you should stay in school and prepare ahead of time when making YouTube videos. It's certainly a recommended thing to do if you do not want to look like a complete tool. Alright, so if we right click here, we'll get ourselves a post. Now I don't know if this is going to be obstructed or not, but the really awesome thing about wooden posts, you can climb them. Right, so we're going to put another connector right there and see if this will connect. Connection is obstructed. I'm not surprised. That's okay. What we can do, this should be fairly easy to fix, is actually add another post, because I believe you can add posts in all 4 directions for these. Once they're actually up, let's grab that back, and I should be able to take that side off. If not, that's fine. Let's just break it, I think. There we are. Break you. Place you. Maybe. Let's see, where's that one? Place that there. Let's see. Wonderful. Let's come around the other side, shimmy round. And let's try this again. Connector there. Wire to wire. Connection is obstructed. By what? Perhaps the post itself. Okay. Well, let's do this the easy way then for now. I'll figure out a better way of doing this for next time. Wonderful. That wire's connected now. Okay. I want to see before I do anything else if I have placed the kinetic dynamo in the correct place. Let's put that on top. This should start filling with power. It is not. It is our. Let's see. Are we in the right mode on top? Let's see. Input. Yeah. Have I placed the dynamo wrong? I don't think so. So I can turn it round. Maybe now that will work. That seems legitimate. Should probably connect this back up really. That would help. No. Interesting. Which side is where? Oh, that side's still not facing correctly. Let's see. Right, that should now be connected. I'm hoping. No. I'm going to try moving sides just for a second. This shouldn't work, but I've seen weirder things. No, nor RF per tick. Very, very bizarre. This should be working. Unfortunately, I can't really see which side is currently there, so I'm just going to break this for now. Grab you. Let's just check the engineer's manual just to see if I'm missing anything. Go back to our dynamo. Okay. Water wheel is a fairly easy way of powering a dynamo. Okay. Okay. No real notes about the dynamo itself, though. I feel I'm missing something really, really obvious. But I am darned if I know what it is. Right, now that makes sense. Kind of. So basically this kinetic dynamo was the problem. In the sense that your kinetic dynamo will only generate power if it's been turned in a particular direction. Right, so it doesn't like going anti-clockwise. Now that is good to know. I wasn't aware of this at all. Right, so we can remove this. We've fixed the problem. It took a while. Fortunately for you guys, I did some of it off camera. But that was incredibly frustrating for quite a while. And now we know it works, which is good. And it seems to be pulling in power at a fairly decent rate. Okay. I really should have used an axe for that. Right then. So you should be able to connect up here. If I can see you from here. Yes, you can. Means I can remove you, and connect you up there. Right, it is evening now, so I'm going to very quickly sleep through the night, and then I will see you back when I return. And welcome back, guys. I've put together the rest of the power line now into my manufacturing warehouse area, and that's a very scary noise. Ah, it's a blitz, I think it's called. Let's see if we can't get him. Pro marksman skills. There we are. You gonna come get us, Mr. Blitz? And you're even worse of a marksman than I am, which I suppose is impressive. Okay, cool. Anyway, distractions aside, I've now set up the power line all the way over here, which is fantastic. I think this looks really, really awesome. The fact of the matter is they're very easily maintained as well, because you can actually climb them. And the plan is to set up a kind of battery inside, much like we did when we first started off with the steam engine. However, this is going to be much, much, much more efficient. Oh, I'm not going to get over that door anytime soon. I love it. I mean, one thing I actually am going to have to sort out, however, is this gaping hole here. What I'm going to do again, as we did previously, is I'm going to configure these. Right, I want this input, and I'm going to want this to be an output. And I'm going to do this one to have a input on the left, output on the right, and then the same again with this one. Have a input on the left, output already on the right. Good. Now, if my thinking is correct, two of these should stack. No, they don't, and that's possibly because they have other differences, but that's okay. That should be input left, output right. Good. Same here. And we're going to want this one here. And all we should have to do now, hopefully, we've had enough hiccups already, although this is blatantly going to be obstructed, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, fine. We'll put another connector up there. We've got just enough electron wire to do this. There we are. And you are not currently... Oh no, you're travelling all the way here. Good. Very weird for a second there. Right. Well, that was a lot of effort and a lot of cock-ups involved as well in that. But we're producing a fairly nice amount of power already. We're almost up to 100,000 RF. And I've only got 3 of those water wheels installed. We're planning on 6 more. So, the plan to have ready for next episode, I'm going to be building myself 6 more water wheels, getting those installed, making sure the kinetic dynamos are on the correct side this time. I do feel rather silly for that. That's something I should have known. These are now running, I think, at top speed. They are slightly out of sync, but I quite like that. Yeah, I'm going to get some more machines installed. And I think next episode as well, we're going to start looking at something called logistics pipes. Logistics pipes is a really nice and neat system for transferring items in and around your base to machines, out of machines. It has auto crafting. It's freaking awesome. And as I mentioned previously, applied logistics is just not a realistic option anytime soon. So we're producing some power that's chugging along. Fantastic. Now, a lot of this episode, as you've probably seen, has been taken up with me crafting this power system, but it has been well worth it. This is now going to allow us to power our lasers to a much better degree, to create chipsets much easier, and our machines as well are going to be running a lot faster with a constant supply of RF. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being patient over the Christmas period. I'm sure you were thinking of other things in Minecraft as well. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. I really hope you've enjoyed kind of coming along the journey with me, making mistakes and learning as well. I've never said I'm an expert, because I'm not. But I hope this has helped you avoid some mistakes of your own. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. This is Westloar signing off.